verse, chorus, whatever the hell goes in that order. I just know the verse. What if you want to learn that song? It's only GCD.
GCD?
Yeah.
Luke Bryan.
It's Luke Bryan.
Take my drunk ass home.
So, how's it going, everybody? We're Up North Guitar. I'm Fainer.
I'm Peace.
Yeah, and we're a little out of practice because it's been 3 months.
It's been a couple months.
It's been 3 months.
It's been too long.
It's been too long. We know you guys missed us. We actually have Scotty doesn't know, not uploaded yet.
We've got a couple in the can that we haven't uploaded yet. We've just been it's been busy, man. Summer, you got to make the most of it.
Seriously though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved. Just in case anybody hasn't noticed, not like you knew.
I also moved.
Yeah. Did you?
No.
Oh, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Move.
You still live in that house, then?
I still live in my parents' garage.
I don't remember that house.
Still unemployed. So if anybody's hiring a I was gonna say semi-good. I'm not even good. I'm like semi. I'm just above beginner. Like
yeah.
2 on a scale of like 1 to 100. I'm like a 2.
I heard McDonald's is hiring.
I'm gonna move this a little closer.
Okay, so today we're doing things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is only because our busy lives, okay, have made us realize how many questions everybody has.
A lot of questions. We're getting a lot of comments, which is great.
Love
that
good.
interaction.
Right? I know. And I've been trying to answer questions, Pease has been trying to answer questions, but obviously, only 2 guys with 2 cell phones, and there's a lot of people out there. We're almost up to 1,000 subscribers, by the way,
thank you
guys.
Thank you very much, you guys.
Thank
we
you
love
very
you.
much. We love all of you.
I'm gonna have a snack here while you're talking.
Yeah, and
got some chili dip.
it got to you guys see, we're in a cozy place. It got to the point, I remember when we were excited that we had 250 subscribers. We're like, dude, we're almost at 300, but now we're almost to 1,000. So this is cool.
I was just watching one of our reviews the other day, and we said 400.
Yeah.
Now we're up to almost 1,000.
That's pretty cool.
Love you guys.
So, anyway, the reason that we're doing this is because this is like a little bit more laid back. We were contemplating whether or not to do live, but we wanted to answer everybody's questions and kind of go over things and just real chill. There's going to be an unedited video. So if you are looking for the usual edited bullshit where we're, like kind of making jokes. Well, we're still going to be.
Why are you going to say bullshit?
Because all right, what we do isn't bullshit, but it's informational.
We like to have fun.
It's informational bullshit, and yeah, we do like to have fun.
Sometimes we put having fun in front of information.
So we wanted to answer everybody's questions, and I know that like I said, both our phones were blowing up with all kinds of stuff. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? What kind of pedal are you using? How come I can't make it sound the way that you do? Even one guy who apologized to us. There was, if you scroll through the comments, there was some guy that was it was Fucker Gently. He freaked out on me, and I hope he watches this video, but he's like, dude, you can't just make your hands do that. It's not, you pick anywhere you want and it plays. I can't get my ducking hands to go the way that you ducking want me to duck and go. So obviously it was auto-correcting for him. He was trying to swear and be immature, but he apologized to us. So anyways, a lot of the questions were about strumming.
Strumming.
Here's
my biggest tip.
Yes.
It's just like life. Sometimes you got to find your own way.
Seriously though, like no bullshit.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. Like it really like boils down to that. And if anybody's like, no, that's bullshit, and no, seriously, it's about like kind of finding your own like just jive to it and how your hand kind of falls to where it is. Yep. So
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
and it's okay if it doesn't sound exactly the same. Sometimes it's okay to make the song your own.
Yeah,
play it your own way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like to be like, oh, you know what? I like it better when like I'm hitting these bright strings on the bottom more than the original artist did, where he was on the lower bass strings. But so you just gotta make your own thing.
Yeah,
so.
And even like me personally, I find that I'm strumming a lot harder on the
higher strings.
On the higher strings than I am on the lower strings. So a lot of mine tends to sound a little bit more like that, and I've actually, you can change it mid-song and mid-stroke, whatever, mid-strum, but just my general, I kind of play down that way.
Yeah.
I attack the guitar at a downward
you attack
angle.
it at a downward angle.
Outward. So.
Yeah, and that's so yeah, we'll get more in depth obviously as this video goes on. But yeah, just strumming has been a huge issue with people, and it made me think, it's like strumming is such a thing of the past with me that it's like I really had to sit there and think and like dissect. And then we were just talking actually in my house about how, you know, you have a lot of these videos, and, you know, with all credit, you know, everybody learns differently, but you have these like super technical videos where it's like they have, you know, okay, this next section is going to be down, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up. Okay, seriously, guys, do not waste your time. Okay, like that is not what guitar is about.
There's no feeling in that.
Yeah,
it's mechanical.
It's not a robotic exercise. It's not like you have to sit there like you're studying for like an exam. Like, okay, it's 15 ups and 12 downs, and then on the third up though, I have to really hit hard on the down, down, down. Like, don't do that. You literally just have to listen and try and imitate or emulate. Sorry, you're not imitating, you're emulating. But yeah, so. And I guess I could give you a couple examples, especially on the videos that people had the most questions on right now, I guess. Would be like the best thing to do. So, let's see, what was one of them? 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is by far one of our most popular videos by Matchbox 20. And a lot of people had questions on the strumming pattern on that. Like, please put a video of the strumming.
Well, on the especially the opening, like,
chug,
yeah,
chug,
whatever you want to call it, there's a little bit going on there.
Yeah. It's not just.
It's hard to explain. Yeah.
So there's that. There's your basic. That's cool. That works.
Yep.
But sounds way better.
Yeah.
It just adds that extra like.
So what are you doing there that makes it?
So what I am doing there is I'm going down, down, up, up, down, down, down. No, I'm just kidding. But no, okay. So, and I've thought about this too to better explain this. And I know this is going to sound ridiculous, okay? But it's actually a lot of musicians do this, especially in the vocal arts. You literally just have to make up words that are going along with the syllables. I guess. Okay, here I'll give you an example.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so. In vocal arts, what they do to get a beat down or to get the way that a certain thing sounds, they will literally like do like ta tiki ta 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 tiki 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 ta ta like
come on the kick drum.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that stuff. You know, and 1 2 3 and watch my feet and just like this, you know, just like that. But like I guess in my head I'm thinking chum chicka chum, you know, so it's chum chicka chicka chum. Okay, you like I know that sounds ridiculous, but
you're stopping like halfway through the strum almost and coming
back up. Yeah.
Just doing little.
But connecting this, okay, and this with this is gonna make it so everything's kind of synced up, and this will start to imitate what you're thinking about in your head. So like, tum tucka ta tum, tum tucka ta. So just think that tum tucka ta tum, tum tucka ta tum.
That's a great tip.
It sounds ridiculous, but it really does help, especially with lead guitar solos and stuff like that. You know, you slow them down.
And then also that will help you if you haven't played the song in a while. It'll bring it right back.
It'll bring it right back. It is. It's a really good like memory recall, you know. Like I literally think that in my head. It's ingrained because I was in choir like throughout like most of my life. So I used to do a lot of vocal arts stuff, and I learned a lot from it, which I applied to playing guitar, and that's one of them. So I hope that helps. And I'll give you. I mean, we'll keep going on this because this is a good one to do. But yeah, like I was saying, it's tum to get to tum, and you can hear it. Watch. Tum to get to tum, right? And then even during the verses, you should be able to say in your head like a syllable, dum to get to tum, to tum to get tum, to get to tum, and that will kind of your hand should follow, you know, after a little bit of practice, you know. So so there's that. That's 3 a.m. But I mean, what do you think? I mean, like you just started. I mean, how long?
I've only been playing. I'm just past 3 years.
Holy shit, has it really been?
Yeah, and I haven't been playing a ton. Like I put in the time. The first year and a half, I really put in a lot of time. Yeah. And I've been kind of. I still put in time, but I don't go as hard as I was. But I think one of the best tips is just, you know, the whole G, C, D, E minor, and E minor over G, I guess you would call that.
Yeah.
That you can play just about every country song ever made doing that. You know, and the nice thing about it is you can leave your ring finger down on all of those.
Pivot point is what you coined it as, I guess.
It's a pivot point, so you know,
Yeah,
And then
it's like
that's what I'd say. Like just whatever you're trying to play, just find that pivot point on whatever the chord is. So you don't have to take your hand completely off, put it back on, because you'll lose it, especially when you're first learning.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And we talked about that in another video. How there's something to be said about this.
Yeah,
literally that.
Just that open chord in there, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Technically, it's A11.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the best tips. Don't go too heavy on your strings right away. Go with medium or even light, or even whatever. If there's even like super light, I don't know.
I switched it up to light strings.
Go light, and then when you get your strength up, and you get it'll translate to the thicker strings. It's still going to be harder to play. You won't be as quick, and you'll have to really squeeze, but you'll have the mechanics there. Rather than going heavy right away.
Yeah.
So that'd be, those are two of my tips that I would say.
Yeah, you
right
go
off
with
the bat.
Yeah, no, that's a good one too, because that's definitely like, as soon as I figured out G, which technically this G that everybody plays nowadays is actually G dominant 5, but like everybody plays it. But I mean, there's something to be said about it, because yeah, you can go from to D, you know, and I mean, you got your E minor / G right there, and then back to your C at 9. So yeah, I became really familiar with that really quick. Like those were like the first like 4 chords pretty much. I'm sure I learned.
Yeah, and you'll learn that certain chords go together. You know, like F, C, A minor, G. Those go together a
They're
lot.
really good. Yeah,
and you'll find what are the popular chords. And, another tip that I think is kind of overlooked is if you're having a hard time playing up here because you're up near the nut, because the nut puts a lot of pressure, especially if you're getting up here. Just capo it.
Capo that name.
Just capo it and play it as it's gonna change the key, obviously, but it's gonna make it easier to push the strings down.
Yeah.
Just that little bit.
It kind of makes your action awesome. Like
yeah, it makes your action a lot more close to the fretboard.
Capos are sweet.
And
a little bit more easier to play.
It makes it that little bit easier to play. And when you're first starting out, that little bit can just be everything. You know, you feel like you're just up here shredding, because you're like, oh man, that's so
it is nice when you get that feeling like, oh yeah, that sounds so
easy
good
to play. And I'm not like,
I'm not
just like
trying
crushing my fingertips. Yeah.
And here's the other thing too, guys, is and I hope that some of you have already figured this out after watching the video, is there's something to be said about not playing somebody else's stuff. Like, I'm talking about like jamming on your own time, and I don't mean in like the traditional sense where it's like, oh, I wrote a song. Like, I'm talking about like literally like sitting in your room, you know, and this goes back to the strumming pattern thing about how making it easier, making it more fluent for yourself. And I guess this would be like the equivalent of like how like news reporters and people like get ready by, you know, teeth the tongue, the tip of the lips, teeth the tongue, tip of the, they keep doing it faster and faster and faster and faster until they screw it up, because it's just gonna get you, you know, lion face, lemon face. But yeah, just like literally sitting there, and I'm just gonna make this up right now. So you say you're trying to focus on strumming patterns, so you just sit there and just. Sounded kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
But yeah, but no, see, but like what I'm saying is it makes it so that you can kind of not only get your beats down, because you will screw up. Just keep going until you get off beat. Like, you know, like you'll feel it. You'll be like, oops, and then you'll have to start over again. But as you keep like strumming along and hitting the notes and stuff, you get more fluent with it. Your head starts bobbing, and now you got it. You're in the groove. You're in the groove. You're rolling. But like it'll make this a little bit more free and confident instead of very stiltsy and okay, you know.
Oh, that was so pretty.
Yeah, yeah, you know, that's beginner guitar, and that's okay. But you know,
one other thing, I don't know that we want to go too much longer here.
Yeah.
But I know we've had comments about what part of the finger do you play with, and for me. It's like all of that. Like all of this area depends on what shape, what chord you're playing.
Yeah, what chord you're playing.
For the most part, though, it's going to be the very tips. But sometimes it's a little bit more towards the pad. And then if you're playing power chords, you know, it's going to be the flat part of your finger, the bottom, I guess you'd call that. But
yeah.
For the most part, yeah, you want to be playing on the tip.
Tips.
And I know there were certain chords where your fingers are so close, like the A. I
Oh,
never
yeah,
thought
yeah.
I'd be able to fit my fingers in there playing A
You're
this
so
way.
frustrated about that.
Oh, it used to drive me nuts. And now they just kind of go. You just learn what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll cheat and play it this way. And even really good players will play it that way because then you're in position to go to like a B or
I had a buddy of mine
There's multiple ways you can do it.
play it like that. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like I'm playing a D.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's like it's just kind of it's actually like in the shape of a D, but it's on an A.
Yeah.
But it makes it so that your fingers can kind of fit better together.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah. So would you say are you more like on the finger, like on the tips?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm more on the fingertips, but I mean, everybody has different length fingers. That's the other thing too. And cut your
width.
damn nails.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Different width fingers. You can do it though. I mean.
You can. I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, like you look at guys like. I mean, my dad. My dad has like pickles for fingers. I mean, he used to be able to wail. And I mean, I've seen him play
And
guitar.
there's a couple guys around town that are just big burly beasts, and they still jam.
Mhm.
They still jam pretty hard.
A lot of it is, if you really think about it, like when you're trying to hit these strings and these frets, you have a very small area you're going to, and like to increase your accuracy, you have to go straight down. So yes, you have to curl your wrist around, and I know that it hurts, but eventually you're gonna get used to it.
Yeah,
you know?
do. You have to crank it, and you'll learn. You have to flip. Like when you're going from a G, you almost are like flipping if you're trying to go to an F, and you can play an F. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yep.
Trust me.
F was a bitch. I still
Now
hate.
it's like
I still hate F.
Now it's like nothing though. I just kind of. But when you're going from like a G or a D up into an F, you're like, it feels like you're going like this.
Yeah, everything kind of shifts.
Yeah,
you're like,
oh shit.
leaning on one foot a little bit. Yeah, because you're cranking your thumb back on the back of the guitar.
Bar chords, just real quick, I find that laying that finger down first and then boom, and kind of like going like that. That's how it works for me. Rather than trying to like kind of go all at once, just boom and then.
Oh, someone's calling.
So.
Who you got?
Who's that?
Mom, not now. Oh. Oh yeah, one more thing, touching on what he was saying. Because we did have somebody who's talking about, do I lay my hands flat, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, you play with your fingertips for the most part, okay? And the other thing too is that just because you play with your fingertips, you're like, it's not working. I can't, my hand is so sore. Well, good, because just like when you work out, you build muscle, okay? There's something. It's not just a physical thing that like you apply. You have to build muscle up in here. I mean, like in my heyday, years ago, when I was like strictly like a heavy lead guitar player, I would practice so goddamn much. I had like a golf ball right here for a muscle because like it's a lot of hand work and a lot of moving around.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to be said about the muscles that you have to build in order to keep your hand there to play the chord correctly.
Well,
so keep working at it.
Definitely summertime. The skeeters are out.
Are the skeetos getting out? Okay, well then we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, let's end it there.
So,
this has been the first
Guitar Talk GT.
From Up North Guitar.
Up North Guitar's GT Guitar Talk.
Don't worry, we've got a lot more tutorials coming from you? No. From us to you.
To you guys. Up North Guitar.
In the near future.
In the near future, right here.
We're up
here.
We're up in the north.
You betcha.
You betcha we are.
So,
all right. Want to play a little something?
A little something?
What do you got? What you been playing?
What have I been playing? Okay, let's see. Oh, you just hold your horses. Okay.
All right.
Hang on. No, I don't remember it. I thought I had it. I was like, no, I can't. I don't remember how to play that fucking song.
Did I put you on the spot?
But yeah, just a little bit because
right.
It's been a minute.
Let's just play. Let's just say goodbye.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck this. All right,
See you next time, guys.